Good morning, allies. I've realized two things this morning. So Edison's not feeling well. He's got a fever, but he's got some congestion too, but he's also like teething, more teeth are coming in. So it's kind of this just perfect storm of him not feeling well. And that's kind of what all babies go through. But at some point, Leia, I don't know, it's like 2 in the morning or something like that. She decided she was gonna get up. And this was after like me getting up and trying to find things to help her out while Edison's fussing and all that. She decided she was gonna get up and go into the guest room and where the fan is, the ceiling fan. Have him underneath the ceiling fan, see if that helped him. And then after that, like I slept like a baby, literally. I have this sleep tracking app, and the sleep tracking app's like, you know, it tells you based off of noise that it hears how well you're sleeping. And you can see this graph, like there's just all this turbulence, and then just goes burp, flat, burp. And I don't know if the app stopped functioning because it's like, whoa, there's not enough noise here. There's nobody here right now. I don't know what happened, but it said you slept really well. But I woke up and I wanted to sleep more. And I realized, like, for me, sleep is kind of like this drug that I always want more of and I can't have it. So I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, well, I know I'm rested. I'm good. I'm good to go. But still, I wanted more. I wanted more of that drug, that sleep. Hey, what's up, guys? Back at it again with the other Monday walk. I don't know what that means. Another Monday walk. We're gonna have a quick little talk about how technology has improved everyone's lives. Yes. I was listening to Penn Sunday School, and he was talking about Priscilla Presley and her recounting living with Elvis. And she said one of the most memorable things Elvis ever did, like the thing where she really felt provided for, was that he would rent out a movie theater and they'd watch movies. Now what I want you to do is compare and contrast that today. They had movie theaters. They could go to the movie theater, they could watch whatever they wanted, so long as it was in the movie theater. Today we have Netflix and Hulu and DVDs and Blu-rays and videos on demand wherever you go. And we have home theaters, and it's relatively inexpensive. So now we have this great situation for the consumer, all consumers, poor consumers, whoever, to get content really cheaply. And used content, even the used home theaters and stuff like that, it's gonna be way better than what Elvis had. So why am I talking about Elvis? Well, Elvis is like, or was, the closest to like American royalty aside from a president or whatever. He had whatever he wanted, and he lived a happy life, and what was believed back then to be like the height of, I don't know, capability of what money could buy. He lived the best, if you will. So here's another story. The first time that the Beatles ever met Elvis, Priscilla Presley recounts the tale as being largely a lot of people talking about music, all kinds of interesting things about the Beatles, just really, really wanting to meet Elvis. Hours they spent. But what they spent some of the most amount of time doing was passing around the television remote and letting the Beatles chase the channels, letting them pick the channel that they wanted to see, let them marvel at technology. Now, of course, you know, don't get confused. We can't necessarily compare what they were like back then to where we are now, even though that's 56 years later, right? But it's important to understand that today, largely everybody has access to that technology that people marveled over. Some of the wealthiest and most loved people, just no problem. We have access to that today. And it's no big deal, nobody bats an eye at it, and we largely live enriched lives based off of that. So you might be saying, so what? What does that have to do with anything? Well, technology's obviously gotten better. The powering processing needed to get to the moon is less than what we have in our phones today, and the capabilities of said technology. And so with regards to entertainment and communication, we are absolutely thriving, which is good. But what about energy and food? How has technology or science improvements helped us there? So what have we had in the same time with regards to the science of food? Well, we've had GMOs, increased use of GMOs, and selection of certain kind of plant strains, and the breeding of plants has gotten better, improved. Now think of how far we could be at this point if the science behind food, like GMOs, have not been questioned. People just accepted them, and science was allowed to mature. We'd have unrivaled technological advancement like we've had with space exploration and entertainment.
Vinyl on it because that pulls the coating off the Joy-Con, it seems like the vinyl skin. Oh. I can't remember Brandon Boyer, somebody posted a picture of
So don't get me wrong, this video is not about me defending GMOs. I'm just mentioning that by fighting against GMOs, we can't have the same movement in science for food in areas like GMO. And while I do believe that there is no science against GMO, actual evidence, that doesn't mean you have to like GMOs. You don't have to. But understand the realities, that by protesting it, we get less. And the same thing can be applied to power, like nuclear power. We have more protesting and more politics, so we have less of that technology. So when people say or point out a comparison between how technology and entertainment is so great, like I just did, and then they say, yeah, but people are still starving. Well, now you can point to why. Because we protest everything that we don't like. Even if we don't understand it, we complain about it. We're horrible people in that sense. So that'll do it for today. Whew. Hope you enjoyed my rambling. Yeah, so Edison has recently figured out how the Roomba works, so he has having a really good time playing with the Roomba. Ben couldn't stand the Roomba. Edison loves the thing. Anyway, I hope you understood where I was coming from. Elvis, the peak of wealth, has the same capabilities. We have better capabilities on our phone and in our hand-me-down home theaters than he had. Just crazy time to be alive. At the same time, people are still starving. Why? Because we protest things like GMO. And we make GMOs go away. And we think they're bad for us, even though there's very little evidence. Again, you can feel whatever you feel about GMOs. I just hope you continue to believe in science. Alright guys, that'll do it. Question of the day. What do you care about GMOs? Do you think they're bad for you? Would you avoid a GMO in favor of organic?
That GMOs are bad for you, or is the problem that GMOs are bad for crop diversity?
I think people believe that they're going to get sick from GMOs. Like they're going to get the cancer and die.
I mean...
Do you feel you're going to get the cancer or die? Question of the day.
Do you think GMOs are potentially responsible for food allergies?
Do you think GMOs are technically responsible for food allergies? Now, okay, all of this. If you have an opinion, that's great. That's great. But I hope you have some kind of evidence that backs it up. Because having a belief without evidence, and like real evidence, not like a blog that points to a blog that points to a blog. Yeah, shut up. Get your fallacies out of here. I love you guys, but don't respond with a fallacy either. Yeah, that'll do it. I hope I didn't kick the beehive on this one.
Every last one.
But anyway, I'll find out tomorrow, won't I? Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Give me a thumbs down if you hate GMOs. Alright, I'll touch you tomorrow. See ya.